And here we are again. It's been probably about 2 minutes since I ended the last video. I just sort of sat here and thought. And I'm back. I'm back. And in doing the last video, I was able to sort of reinforce the idea that this is not about anything other than pure expression. There are no expectations. The new way. There is no standard here. There doesn't have to be any standard. If I think about my goal with this channel, if I think about where I am in this moment, if I am able to recognize when the past pops up and sort of tries to aim me in this direction of assigning value and not taking action out of fear, I can come back to this place of knowing that there is no standard here besides the standard that I create for myself, or my past creates for myself. And if that's how it is, the question is, will I listen to my past versions? This is a kind of nuanced place to go. A nuanced thing to consider. Because I feel as though in not listening to my past, it sort of seems as though I'm invalidating my past selves. But this is not the case. As I've spoken about before, the past pops up and tries to aim me into an old way of thinking. It pops up and turns things that I now know are complete non-factors into factors again. Because that's the old blueprint. This mattered, this mattered, this mattered, this mattered. And as I've spoken about before, I know that the past is popping up as a gift. I know that it's popping up for me to acknowledge it and validate it. And that is what I'm doing. There is so much validity in my old way of thinking. And from here, I know that to be absolutely true. It was a natural way of adapting to my circumstances. In honoring all past versions of self, I am validating and acknowledging the truth of my reality throughout the years. And it's like these past versions of self, that's all they ever wanted. When I would run from my fears and my doubts, when I would try to figure them out so as to eradicate them from my experience, I was not seeing them because, as I said, if I were to truly be seeing them, I would treat them with so much care and respect. I would nurture them. Which is what I've done. This is where I am in this moment. And these fears, as I've done this channel and jumped into this next step of making the longer videos, excuse me, these fears are popping up to be let go of once and for all. And I know I'm repeating myself. And I just, and see, this is a perfect example. I just was like, I'm so repeating myself. I'm so repeating myself. And it's like, this is a video I've made before. And it's the past popping up, making that fact matter when I know that where I currently am, the blueprint says it doesn't matter. Because this is practice. I'm doing this for myself. None of it matters. It doesn't matter that I've made this video before. Because, as I've said before, repetition is required. But that was the perfect example. I love how that happened. I love how that happened. Ooh. I'm feeling the sense of freedom. I was thinking yesterday about how me saying that I'm repeating myself and me saying I've said this before is sort of, it's an aspect of, it's a manifestation of my past because it's coming from a place of sort of explaining myself to protect myself from people who, from people's judgment when at the same time, excuse me, you could say my own judgment. And this sort of brings up an idea of it brings to mind my experience of being misunderstood in such an unfair way throughout the years. It's like I'm obviously, throughout my videos, it's obvious that I'm overcoming the fear of caring what people think. And in a sense, that's can be extremely misunderstood because it's not just caring what people think in a way that is shallow, and there's a complexity to the nature of this fear for me. And it ties into my experience of being so unfairly misunderstood in ways that are so unjust, and ways that I was never able to control. And stemming from my childhood trauma, which I haven't dove? I'm not sure what word to use there. I haven't gone into my childhood yet, but I plan to. There's a lot of vagueness going on. But we've had some videos where I've dove in deep. I'm not sure what word to use there. Yesterday, we had some great videos where I got more complex. And it's exciting for me to have that happen. Because that's where, for me, the reality of who I am and what I've experienced is only perceivable in complexity and nuance. And there's a lot of meaning behind what I just said. And I'm just gonna leave it there.